hello, hello, hello. I am back with another card. I've been going through all my stash of stuff, all these things I obsessively buy. And I remembered, oh my gosh, look, I got this from Diamond Press. And it's a slimline, and I don't make as many slimlines. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to use that one. But this one came with two others. But this is the reason I bought it. This is the one I want to use. So we are going to go for this one. And we've decided to make a shaker card. How shocking is that, right? I've already, and you know, guys, you know how I roll. I'm going to make one, cut two, cut four, cut a bunch. So I've got at least 4 card blanks. But as usual, I'm only going to make one on camera. But I have decided I'm going to make, this is going to be a shaker card. So I've got my handy dandy acetate here. I've got my 1/8 strips from scrapbook.com. I've got a whole bunch of shaker bits here that I plan on using. These, they looked right, but now they don't look right. So we're going to set these aside because they're more like a coffee color. So no. So we're going to definitely go with red and gold for this. And we're going to get cracking. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's open this up. Let's start with that. What do you think, right? It's a good place to start, right? Oh, and you know what, guys? Let me stop a minute. I'm going on prattling around. You guys might ask yourself, Myra, why are you doing the 12 days of Christmas after Christmas? Because everybody else did theirs, like right after Thanksgiving. Anybody who was doing the 12 days of Christmas did it in November, right after Thanksgiving, leading into December. I am doing mine after one because I couldn't get my act together. Let's be honest here. But two is really, so here's your history lesson for the day. The 12 days of Christmas actually are from Christmas Day, from December 25th to the Feast of the Epiphany. And depending on which way and how you count, that can either be January 5th or January 6th. For me, my parents came from Cuba. I was born here in the United States, but my parents are from Cuba. So for us, the Feast of the Epiphany, the day of the 3 wise men, is January 5th. So as I've said in another video, I grew up as a little girl, I had 2 Christmases because in Cuba, we don't get our gifts until December 25th was the birth of Christ and it was celebrated, but it was not the gift-giving day. Gift-giving day was the day of the 3 magi, and I would leave a list of what I wanted, and I would put it in my shoe. I would put a shoe out with a little note to the 3 wise men who would bring gifts. So I got the double payoff, but I always had a gift the bulk of my stuff went, here I grew up as Christmas Day and Santa. But once then I would always get something from my list, always got held over, and the 3 magi, the wise men, brought it to me. So I've decided to do my 12 days of Christmas, as about to what is actually historically correct. And my hobby is medieval reenacting, and I belong to a group otherwise, aside from what I do here with paper crafting. So I'm following that tradition. So we're doing our 12 days of Christmas from December 25th through the Feast of the Epiphany, which is when I'm going to do my drawing. I'm going to do a giveaway for my 1,000 viewers. I'm going to make it. I can't imagine I don't make it before the Feast of the Epiphany, but that's going to be a separate video. I'm still gathering and putting together my prizes, so I'll make that a separate announcement when to start to sign up for that, okay? But so now you understand why I am doing my 12 days of Christmas now. Next year it might be different, and maybe it won't be. I don't know. I'm already toying with what I'm going to do next year. I might do a December daily. We will see how life plays out for me this year. But I will do the 12 days of Christmas. And if I do, I may still do them after Christmas, because then we get to drag out. I'm still in the mood. I'm still in Christmas, and I can make cards. So why not, right? Hey, this is the Mad Scrapper. This is my channel. I get to do what I want. Wah! Okay, so now I explained it. So now let's get to the business of doing this card. So I'm taking my die off the carrier sheet, and boy, man, do they tape it. The first time you pull it off, you all but tear this puppy apart. Jeez Louise. After that, it's much easier. But I want to make sure, I'm fairly confident that it fits on my card blanks, right? Yes, I cut these. So just so you know, they are cut. These are what I call fat lines, not slim lines. So I don't think I trimmed them off. So I think they literally are no, they are. I did trim them off. So they're $3.75. They're 3 and 7. So 3 3/4, give or take. At least by my paper trimmer, according to Tim Holtz, it is not. But okay. So these are gonna. So my die does fit. I'm going to make my red. I've decided that my background. Now, what I'm still deciding is whether I'm going to make this edge to edge or not. Normally, I do not. You know me, I like to leave a little tiny sliver of paper, but I'm hemming and hawing. So, but either way, my my background paper is going to be this red. I'm not going to emboss it or anything. I'm going to leave it as is because I don't want to detract from the these dies. And so I'm going to be cutting those out of the gold, although this is not as thick. This is my Recollections paper, so I'm probably going to hit it with at least one layer I'm going to cut out. So I think I will die cut a background, one more of these in craft paper because it won't take away from the gold, and then double layer it. So let me get about the business. I'm going to cut these out. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut 2 out of here. And then I'm going to cut these down to my card size. And then I'm going to cut a reinforcer out of my craft paper that I have. And it's Hobby Lobby. It's pretty thick. I think I only need one. Because then, of course, I'm going to mount it on the acetate. And I'll have the foam. And all of that will help stabilize it. So give me a minute. I'm going to be right back with all this stuff cut up. Alrighty then, I am back. I have cut out all my pieces to put this card together. I think I've got, don't I have? Apparently I don't have. Where are those little foam oh, they're right in front of me. Oh, good Lord. Whoosh. Okay, so we're ready to put this card together. This is a really simple card, but it looks, and I've chosen to keep this one really simple, stupid, because there you go. But I cut out my gold piece, but this paper is not super strong. So I am going to do something I don't think I ever do with slim lines, or for that matter, with shaker cards. And that is, I'm going to reinforce it. This is not going to be fun. What is the cat doing? She's playing with the verticals. I just finished cleaning the cat box, and she, with little Mimi, our kitten, was poised. Could not wait to be the first butt in that cat box, I am telling you. So normally I don't have to make a puddle this big, but I'm going to puddle method that because I think it's about the only good way I'm going to be able to get all of this covered. I do not want to do all of that writing and then around that edge. So I'm just going to dip on down and just smear make sure that that glue is picked up all over, and try not to, as little as possible get it on my fingers. But with any luck, one go should do it. And if not, I mean, I'm already getting it on there, but it'll polish up. I'll be able to get that glue off of this puppy. So there is, really? I don't know if that worked. This might be the one time that I really should have scribbled on this piece. There we go. Because now I've just gotten the glue all over it, but it will. Trust me. Let me get this mounted on. Remember, left always first. But this will be a very good example of how this cleans up really, really well. There we go. All considering what a disaster this was. That was not my best idea. I really should have. Guys, don't do what I just did. Just take the time and torture yourself and clean and write on it. I just, you guys do not know how much I hate doing that. I mean, to the extent that I was willing to do this rather than do that. And that is like very extreme. But there we go. I just grabbed my bleachy wipe and let me dry my desk off real quick, the glass. But now, let me wring it because it was really, really wet. But now, let me just run it over this and watch. And it will clean right up. So that is the upside, is I can buff all the glue schmutz off of it. But really, you really don't want glue schmutz. You really, really totally do not want to do what I did. So just take the time, be patient. You know, something I should learn. Patience is a virtue. I don't own it in, in spades. So I'm taking the time to show you in real time how long it's taking me to clean up. So you learned a lesson from me. Don't do this. But here's the one thing that I want you to have as a takeaway is that, look, it's coming up clean. That glue is just, Bearly Art is coming off. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that I hit it, as soon as I screwed up. So, and there you go. So now we're back to a lovely shiny piece. Okay. Yay! Saved from Myra. Okay, so now we need to apply our acetate. And guess what I am doing? Yeah. Actually, let me see, because I definitely have 1 inch. I think this is 1/8. I mean, I know this is 1/8. I think my edge is 1/8. And if it is, I don't have to mess with glue. I'm going to lay down my tape. Yep. So I'm going to take a second. Since I have to perfectly line it up, it's going to take me a minute. So I will do one side and show you guys, and then I'll do the other 3 off camera. But it's best to do it in little sections. Where's my little orange tool? One of the most expensive pieces of plastic I own. Right, I'm just laying it down so it sticks, and I'll be right back. I'm going to go around all 3 sides, or all 4 sides. Okay, that didn't take that long. So I've already laid down my tape, and what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go around it all around the edges and burnish down the tape with my bone folder just to make sure it is adhered to the cardstock here. It'll make it easier to pick up. Now I'm going to find, I hope, my sharper tweezers, and the ones I really, oh no, they're right here. Okay, they were just hiding, kind of, sort of. And what I'm going to do is just peel off a little bit of the strips in each corner, just so that I can line it up, because I have cut that acetate, I'm not kidding you, not even a tick inside. That acetate is cut. This ended up being 3.5. This piece right here cuts out to 3.5 by 8.5. So I cut my acetate down 1 tick less than those measurements, literally. So not even a 1/16 of an inch, to be, if you want the exact measurements. So that way I could line it up. So I can get it here. So all I'm going to do, by not putting all the tape down, it gives me the ability to widget a little bit, like here. I did okay on the bottom, but not on the side. And I got to make sure I cover both sides. There we go. Line it up here. Line it up there. And there we go. So now I've laid it down in all 4 corners. Now I just pick up my strips. You see? And it's laid down, and it's on the inside. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfectly lined up, but as long as it's not sticking out anywhere, we are good. Now I lift up my tissue paper, and we have the perfect setup now. And now all I need is to pull a bunch of strips, and I have one here and a bunch of little pieces, because as you've known, if you've seen in my other videos, those little pieces come in handy from time to time. Again, these are 1/8 inch strips, and again, I'm going to take my time to very carefully line this up. This is not a rush job. This is where I have to go and channel the patience I don't have, because that's what gets me into trouble. So I got one down. So now let's go and we'll grab the other pack and the others. Yeah, and I didn't have to peel that off. Hello, I've opened it up on the top, but do you think I remember that? No. And we're going to take that little piece, and we'll now make this the piece, the place where all the pieces go. And give me a second. I'm going to do all the other sides. You saw me do one. You don't need me to see do all 3. Okay, that didn't take that long. So I've already laid down my tape, and what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go around it all around the edges and burnish down the tape with my bone folder just to make sure it is adhered to the cardstock here. and it'll make it easier to pick up. Now I'm going to find, I hope, my sharper tweezers, and the ones I really, oh no, they're right here. Okay, they were just hiding, kind of, sort of. And what I'm going to do is just peel off a little bit of the strips in each corner, just so that I can line it up, because I have cut that acetate, I'm not kidding you, not even a tick inside. That acetate is cut. This ended up being 3.5. This piece right here cuts out to 3.5 by 8.5. So I cut my acetate down 1 tick less than those measurements, literally. So not even a 1/16 of an inch, to be, if you want the exact measurements. So that way I could line it up. So I can get it here. So all I'm going to do, so by not putting all the tape down, it gives me the ability to widget a little bit, like here. I did okay on the bottom, but not on the side. And I got to make sure I cover both sides. There we go. Line it up here. Line it up there. And there we go. So now I've laid it down in all 4 corners. Now I just pick up my strips. You see? And it's laid down and it's on the inside. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfectly lined up, but as long as it's not sticking out anywhere, we are good. Now I lift up my tissue paper, and we have the perfect setup now. And now all I need is to pull a bunch of strips, and I have one here and a bunch of little pieces, because as you've known, if you've seen in my other videos, those little pieces come in handy from time to time. Again, these are 1/8 inch strips, and again, I'm going to take my time to very carefully line this up. This is not a rush job. This is where I have to like go and channel the patience I don't have. Because that's what gets me into trouble. So I got one down. So now let's go and we'll grab the other pack and the others. Yeah, and I didn't have to peel that off. Hello, I've opened it up on the top, but do you think I remember that? No. And we're gonna take that little piece and we'll now make this the piece, the place where all the pieces go. And give me a second, I'm gonna do all the other sides. You saw me do one, you don't need me see do all 3. Again, that didn't take very long, but it would have if I'd done it on the camera, because you know somehow I would have made a mess of things. I am nothing, people, if not consistent. But see, now this time at least I remembered to put this all away the right way. And then I have to put this away because otherwise this gets all mangled. So I've got, again, my foam down, and I am, again, going to burnish the removal strip off of this. And then we are ready to rock this. Get our card done. So now all I have to do, this is my slimline, and it's still not as flat as I want it to be. So let me take a second and burnish it down on both sides. There we go. Using my lovely little Teflon. And look, this one did square off very, very nicely. I have my sheet back here that I am purposefully not decorating. I want this to just scream just this. That's all I want to see. I'm keeping this really, really simple because that's what it needs to be. And I have decided that that's the way it needs to be. So that is the way it's going to be. So now let's just take our tape, roll it on. Remember, when you roll the tape on your paper, you must roll your R's, because otherwise it's not right. Right, Mama? I see. Mama says yes. She agrees with me. Mama says you must roll your R's. Is that, what was that commercial? Something about R's. Now I'm from my childhood. Oh, Ruffles has ridges. This is the stuff that pops into my head, people. That is why I'm incompetent. Because this is the stuff that's floating around in my head. What am I going to say? You know, just the madness. See, it's just the madness. All right, so let's now line up side, alongside that edge. Right? Perfect. Okay, not perfect. It's a little bit off, but there's nothing over here. So look at that. I'm off like an infinitesimal smidgen. So we are going to take that infinitesimal, however you pronounce it. Good Lord. I can't even enunciate the word. You know what I'm saying. I'm taking that little sliver off. There we go. Now it's perfect. Or as perfect as, you know, the Mad Scrappy here can get it. Okay, so let's make sure we go this way, we go that way. And now we are ready to put this together. But what are we missing? Oh, we need shaker things. But before I do that, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to hit this all with just this powder just to remove some of the static from the paper. And I'm going to actually go, if nowhere, at least under here because it won't be as visible. Because I don't want to schmutz up let me just rub it real soft because this is coming off pretty well. Yeah. Spread it around. So then hopefully our shaker bits don't stick to the acetate. But we are going with gold and some red. But mostly the gold here. I feel, because it's a bigger card, I can actually go I can be a little bit more generous. I could put a little bit of white. I've got some white here. I wish I had like off-white. So I'm going to put a little bit of this in here. It's not like stark. I wish I had more ivory, but there we go. We'll just put a pinch of that in there. And then here I have red, but they're red hearts. So that, I got some really cool looking gold in here. So hang on. Because those are hearts, right? No, those are just red, but I've got that here too. Although this feels a little bit more heavy duty, so I'm going to go with these because I don't think these are hearts. I think these are circles. Okay, are these taped shut in some torturous way? I can see. What now? Oh my goodness, really? I'm just going to give me a second. I'm going to potentially ruin my tweezers because that's what you do. There we go. I finally caught it. Okay, we got that. But these are hearts. I don't want to use hearts. Drats them. Honestly, because these are very lightweight. So they don't move around as much as I like. But they still look awful pretty, huh? And they get everywhere. I think half my static problem are these guys. Okay, so if you think I'm going to wrangle these over to the side. There we go. Go away. And then I'm going to put it in. Let me see now. Just go this way. There we go. I caught it much easier this time. I think. Well, no, maybe not. Good griefers. I'm just trying to do this and not stab myself. Not that I have ever stabbed myself with my tweezers. Oh, no. Right. We're going to add some of these big guys. I really like them, actually. And they're opaque, or matte, rather. That's the word I'm looking for. That is really, really cool. And they have some little ones there, but I can't get at the little ones. But that, I think, is enough busy. I don't know if I can pick these up and toss them in there. What do you guys think? Let's see. Well, enough. Okay. That is enough of that. So now I'm going to push it towards the center, but not to where they pile up because then you can't get them to move around. Okay. Before I do anything, let me put a lid on that again because you guys all know what's going to happen. And this is actually closed, but let me get the air out of it. Okay. So now we're ready to take our tapes off. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to remove the tapes from the corners. And that way that gives me the ability to line it up. And this tape is like insanely sticky. And in fact, on that note, I'm going to do one other little cheater trick, which is if you put a bead of glue over, if your glue bottle is not clogged, lid and all, I don't know, these things hate me. I am always clogged. There we go. There you go, solution. I have literally a foam tape on the arm of the camera, and that's where I stick a pin now. But if you put a line of glue there, it gives you just, the few seconds of widget that you need to line up foam tape. This is a little trick. So there's your little hack for the day that I learned from another YouTuber. And I've known this for a while, so I can't even begin to tell you who I learned this from, but it was on YouTube. I seen on YouTube. Yep. All right, so now we're going to flip this over. And I'm going to keep all of these guys out of my way. And we're going to try to center this. It's going to be wider on the edges and on the top and the bottom. And I don't care. That look good? That looks good. And now we're going to lay it down. Right? Ah! Except you forget about the side where... I'm telling you. Never mind. I'm not even going to try to fix it, to lead it. Now I've got to get this all back in so it doesn't get caught in the tape. Okay, let's pull our tape before I have further disasters. See, this is the stuff. This is why you guys watch it. You know what? You watch my video just to see what I'm going to do next. Because it's kind of like, wait for it. Wait for it. Because it's coming. But, so I lost a bit, but that's okay. I'll recoup this in the next card because I've got 3 more that I'm going to make not on camera. But, I mean, there you go. Oh my gosh, see? It is, and see, they got piled up. So you got to shake them around to loosen, there we go, to loosen the traffic jam. But, I mean, look at that. It's a really beautiful card, but it's missing something. You know what it's missing? It's missing a sentiment. Like right here along the bottom, like Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, right? Hang on a second. I'll be right back. Sorry for that. That was a longer break than I expected. I had to take a phone call. So I had to literally take the phone down and then put it back up and set back up here. So unlike you two, I actually found what I was looking for. So I found this set from Diamonds Press, which is, I probably got it on HSN. I'm going to bet money. But this is the Christmas ornament set, but it has a Merry Christmas right there. So I believe I'm going to do, well, I know what I plan on doing. I believe that these pieces of paper are going to be enough for me to do what I want. I mean, I have more of these strips. Oh my goodness, can I not even pull this out? It's only one. I don't know why I was thinking I had 2 sets of dies. So, okay, it is that tight. All right, never mind. Again, we're back to that in-coordination thingamajigger. But I'm going to take that Merry Christmas because I can just put it right across the bottom, across the bottom of the ornaments. And maybe it's not my smartest move, but that's the one I'm going to make. It'll be okay. So I plan on cutting it first, a couple of layers out of here, so that I can reinforce it. I'm going to cut from here as well, so I can get at least 2 Christmases out of there. All right. So give me a few, and I'll be right back. I'm going to cut all these out to make all my layers. Hey, not too bad. I only came up short. For 4 cards, I came up, all I had was this. And so I'm short a Christmas and then the red set. And that's okay because I have paper right there. I just didn't want to keep continuing to cut. So I have enough to finish this card. So we're going to go back because we are crazy. And I'm still sticking with my puddle method for putting these little guys together. But now, I'm entertaining, or are people just like, oh my God, she's just a nut. I need to go watch somebody else who's competent. This is true, but I don't know if they make you giggle or make you feel better about yourself. If you think that you don't know what you're doing, then yeah, no, trust me, I don't know what I'm doing. But again, I will say I am having fun doing it. And there you go. If you can laugh at yourself and just keep on trucking. That's why I keep on trucking and I don't stop and reshoot and all of that. So you guys think of, wow, she's really, really good. No, I want you to see that you can keep on trucking even when you make a mess of things. And I won't say that was a mess. That was just, okay, a moment of maybe not the greatest judgment. But, okay, so what? It took me out of my, my sink for, 30 seconds, a minute, tops. And here we are, and we have Christmas put together just fine. So, get over it. That's my thought. All right, I don't know why I put the stupid bleachy wipe. I need to go grab the new container. I'm like reusing this one until, the problem is there's still liquid at the bottom. So, it's still moist and it's still doing its cleaning thing. So, there you go. Okay, so we're going to take this Christmas and dispose of it appropriately. Goodbye. Poor little thing, and now it feels unloved. And we're going to take this Merry Christmas, and we're just going to put it here on the bottom. That's what I have decided to do. Kind of figure out, because now I'm going to have to figure out spacing. Whoops, I got a drop there. There we go. Because I am going to write on the back of these. We are not doing any more puddling. We are going to do this right. So now let me put them closer and figure it out. We're going to move this a little bit. Both of them have to go a little bit there. Whoops, not crooked. And I think that looks good. So now we're going to take our little bottle here with glue that did not dry. It is not clogged. Please tell me it didn't clog. Yay. And we're going to write. Actually, it's not that bad. Maybe I just need to get out of my head and just, say this is not that bad. It's, I don't know, I'm just impatient or march to the beat of my different drummer, call it what you will. Or I'm just a crackpot. That is how the argument can be made. And there will be many who will not argue that point. It was so funny. I can't remember, we were having a conversation today on the family chat. And I forget what. Oh, it's because we're going to go see, we fly in Thursday night into Sacramento. We get there like 5. And we're going to drive straight out. We're going to dump luggage at my daughter Olivia's house. And we are going to, jump into a car. And we are going to go to San Francisco. And we're going to go see Straight No Chaser, because that's what insane people do. So, and Tatiana made the comment. I go, yeah, Brandolyn, realizes that I'm a lot like her, so she's used to these kind of things. And she really is. My poor Tatiana, my 3 daughters, is the one that is most like me, and I'm like, you poor thing. I tell her, I go, please don't do the stuff that I do. Learn from me. It's not pretty. But she really is, and she is truly my mini-me. She is as much a whack job as her mother is, and there you go. So there's security numbers. It makes, at least we get each other, if nothing else. That's the thing. All right, so excuse me. I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to lay down my Christmas and just press it down. I'm going to straighten it out, right? There we go. Not bad at all. And there you have our little card. I am undecided what sentiment I'm going to put in there, so I'm going to leave this sleeping dog lie. We've taken long enough with this simple card, but I just wanted to do something with this set. And there is a spot there, but I'll clean it off, no problem. And hopefully you liked it. I mean, this is, it's a simple, really a simple card. It's a die set. I always, from the minute I saw it, it screamed, a shaker card. This is what you're going to do with it. There are so many other permutations you can do with this, but here you have it. It's red, it's gold, it's shiny, and it has sparkle on the inside with the shaker bits. So there you go. Quickie card. So thanks a lot for hanging out with me, guys. All right. And if you enjoyed this, I made you laugh, then give me a thumbs up and drop me a line. Let me know. And if you want to see more of this continuing madness, Why? Because you're crazy like I am. Then by all means, subscribe and ring that bell, and you will know when I'm back with more of my madness. Meanwhile, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to keep on crafting. You guys craft, make something beautiful. And don't forget, in this channel right here in the Crafting Room of Madness, we're all a little mad here. So come on, let's craft the madness together, okay? I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bye!